Okay. All right. I'm gonna start streaming, and I'm gonna have to see. I'm not even ready to do the sound check yet. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Can I
Start
hear myself?
stream.
Streaming. All right. Okay. I can hear myself. Sound check is good. All right. Hey Bert, how's it going? Thank you so much for the resub. That was I was just like, oh, let me turn on the list, and then I'm not quite. Oh, wait, I need this video to not play. Okay, cool. All right, sorry. Run it. Browse. No, no, wait. Okay, that was close. I almost had a YouTube video start playing in the background, and I was like, wait. Okay, all right. Where was I? Oh yes. Thank you so much for the resub for 18 months. That is two Twitch babies. So dueling Twitch babies. I don't know if that makes sense. That sounds horrible. I'm sorry. The mental imagery that is conjured in my mind. I have two lightsabers and two infants, and like they're dueling. Anyway, that once again, thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. Or one elephant. Oh yeah, one. Yeah, elephant gestation times are twice as long as human gestation times, right? Why are we having this conversation? How did? Oh, sorry. This is my fault because I said two Twitch babies. That's my fault. I'm sorry. My apologies for anybody watching that did not expect this to occur. All right, what was I gonna do? I was actually gonna be good today, and I was gonna post. Uh, I was gonna post that I was going live, and here you are. You're already here. So, and also I wanted to put something else into the trick list. So anyone who doesn't know, I secretly took a trick away from the trick list. I'm not gonna put it back. I'm gonna put a different trick in. So that's what we're gonna do instead. Um, but I did tell some friends that I was gonna go live. Let me see here. Going live now. Okay, cool. And some other friends going live now. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Whew. All right. Where was I? Okay. First things first. Anyway, Bert, how are you? How's it going? How's life? What's going on? Are you getting hit with snow? I mean, you're on the West Coast, so I don't know if there's snow over there. I hear that the weather is super weird in on the coast. Maybe not where you live, but I know some people who live in Oregon. So, Charlie's Beats, welcome in. How's it going? Oh man, if I don't do this, I'm gonna feel left out. So hold on. Eyes. There you go. Eyes. Charlie's Beats. How's it going? Welcome in. How you doing? All right. Gibson says, I'm doing all right. There's never snow around here. Oh, okay. So it snowed here. Luckily, I live in this area that is like this very. It's been strange the last couple of years because I live really close to the lake, and we would normally get lots of lake effect snow, but every single time there seems to be a huge amount of snow. Um, so for anybody who doesn't, I live in the greater Rochester area, Rochester, New York, and so I'm like an hour and a half away from Buffalo, and Buffalo always gets pummeled. So like people in Buffalo right now are getting like 2 feet of snow, and outside we have maybe 4 inches, maybe like very very manageable amount. Like as far as like Rochester standards are concerned. Um, all right, Bert says maybe I'll see some snow at Magfest. That's right, Magfest starts later this week, right? So yeah, perhaps. I don't know where it's happening, but if it's on this coast, then yes. Anyway, where was I? I was trying to figure out. Oh yeah, that's right. I have to refer to my magic spreadsheet to determine who created this trick. I should know. I think it's Fennec, or I don't know if it's pronounced Fenique, but let me just get it correctly. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. All right. But if anybody who was here last time I was, I don't know if I was pressured by Chan the Magic Man to perform maximum penetration. The trick, the card trick, just to specify for anybody without context. I know this is way more hilarious without context, but the card trick that is called maximum penetration. Man, this. Yes, Gibson Lent says Magfest starts on Thursday. Yes, that's definitely this week. So, but yeah, that's the trick I'm adding to the list. So, create. There we go. All right. Um, I know what you meant, but right. Okay. So full disclosure, right before this, I did film a trick for YouTube that will publish tomorrow, and I did put on cheating gloves, but I need to refresh because it is stupidly dry because of the snow. I've actually never had this stuff like wear out so quickly weather-wise. And I thought I had got this stuff last year, and I don't remember it like wearing out so quickly. So anyway, I have a new trick that I would like to warm up with, mostly because it's kind of a preview of what's going to publish on YouTube tomorrow. So I guess people who are here, you guys get to see it early. But anyway, let's introduce everybody. Here we have the deck sock. Here we have the fidget spinner. Here's the Twitch deck, the current Twitch deck. Here's our compass. So yeah, so the emote is really just a picture of this. So it is a real compass. For a long time, I didn't know how real compasses worked, and I'm like, how do they maintain their charge? And as it turns out, they maintain it because it never dissipates, because it's not allowed to touch anything except the pin that it's sitting on. I was like, oh, that's brilliant. So, okay, anyway, what was I going to do? Oh, yeah. So I feel a little bit out of practice because the last few days I've been spending time playing video games, and I've actually been trying to fiddle with my guitar more often. Not that I know how to play anything, but I was just like getting used to doing things on a guitar. So just, you know. All right. Because I remember when I was super into guitar, like over a decade ago, like I built up calluses on my fingertips, and I was like, this hurts playing it more than a few minutes right now. So I've just been picking it up randomly throughout the day just to build that back up. Okay, all right, let's see here. Okay, let's make sure I have cards for things. Okay. Alright, I can't believe I'm doing a brand new trick as a warm-up trick. Pfft, that's okay. This is what life was for, right? Taking risks. If I don't take risks, life won't be any fun. So here we have 8 cards. And FYI, I don't know the name of this trick, but the trick that's going to publish tomorrow, I themed it and called it Blackbirds and Cardinals, because I have 4 black face cards here, and they are going to represent blackbirds. And so I'm going to go ahead and place each blackbird into a nest, and this will be the beginning of our experiment. So here we're going to go ahead and place each one of these into a nest. And then these 4 cards are all red face cards, and these red face cards are going to represent cardinals. And so these cardinals, I'm going to go ahead and place a cardinal into the nest with each blackbird. Now, we'll be able to see some interesting things happen, hopefully, as the experiment progresses. So, if we take a look at the first nest here, you'll see that there is a blackbird and a cardinal. And now if we take a look at this other nest, it also consists of a blackbird and a cardinal. Now, here's the thing. What happens when two of the nests combine? Intuitively, you would expect to see two blackbirds, two cardinals. But this is an experiment, and we don't know what's going to happen through whatever means may be. We find out that all of the blackbirds have disappeared. They've flew the coop, if you will. And there's actually only cardinals here. And we don't know where the other cardinals came from, but look, if I show you 1, 2, 3, 4 cardinals. So they're all red face cards. I know, that's strange. Well, that's okay. We have another set of nests to experiment with. And so when we combine these two, now intuitively, once again, we would expect to see two blackbirds, two cardinals. But based on this experiment, we should see all cardinals and no blackbirds. But something strange is going to happen because all of these birds have disappeared. Because if I show you, they're actually, all 4 cards are blank. I know. Is that strange? Or what? And that, my friends, is a trick that I just learned a couple days ago, maybe a few days ago. And I'm calling it blackbirds and cardinals for now. Alright, I would call that successful warm-up. Brand new trick for a warm-up. Thank you kindly for the claps, Gibson Lens. Welcome in, Obi-Wan. How's it going? They become a pope? You know? So I had a couple of other ideas to theme this trick, just to let you know that I was thinking, like, maybe I could make it speed dating, and then I'm like, no, I don't want to talk about, like, that's sometimes controversial with people. And then I was like, 7 minutes in heaven, and I'm like, oh, no. Teenagers usually play that, so it's like, that could be controversial too. And so I was like, oh, what the heck do I theme this? And I'm like, okay, birds are safe. But, taking it from the cardinal, the religious aspect, that is also controversial. So I'm like, I wanted to avoid all of the possible themes that could be misconstrued. So yeah, thank you kindly for the claps, Gibson Lens, Obi-Wan. But yes, no, that's I did think of that, and I was like, nah, canary then. Use canary. All right. Hello. Checking the gaff meter. Welcome in. How's it going? Hello. Thank you so much for the bits. For the hello bits. Let's see. What is, or Voltron? Wait, what is, they become a pope or Voltron? Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, that would be super cool if these birds became, if I could theme these lions instead. I totally want to have 5 different colored lions, though. So I don't know. That's Speaking of which, one of my friends just told me, well, didn't directly tell me, but she had a post on Facebook about her daughter, and her daughter apparently loves Voltron. And I was like, what? She loves Voltron? That's so cool. Now, I remember watching Voltron, like the old school version, back in the day. But there's a new one on Netflix, which I did watch the first, I think, 2 seasons of before I stopped watching it. But it was pretty good. I don't watch TV anymore. That's the thing. I'm sure I would love watching TV and movies still, but I don't know. I just find things to fill my time. But anyway, checking the gaff meter. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Obi-Wan, how are you doing? While we're here, let's shout everybody out. Alright, if you guys are not following our friend Charlie's Beats, please give Charlie's Beats a follow. I see Charlie's Beats in like all the other music chats that I hang out in most of the time, so. And I'm like, oh, Charlie's here. Man, he beat me to it. Like, that's... Alright, if you're not following our mod, Gibson Lens, please give Gibson Lens a follow. Plays piano. Very chill time, except when we request all the hype songs. So, there was a tired, sleepy stream yesterday, or no, 2 days ago. And it was, I would say it was relaxing. Although I felt like some of the songs were pretty energetic. So, Let's see. If you're not following our friend Obi-Wan, please give Obi-Wan a follow. Obi-Wan plays guitar and does puzzles on stream. Jigsaw puzzles. And then, checking the gaff meter. Are you streaming yet? Let us know when you stream so we can shout you out. Let's dear God Obi-Wan, and it's 12F here too. Boop. Oh no. 107F or 41C. Yeah. I remember like 40C was hot, but like it was like a survivable. And then I was like, okay, 107. Okay, that's hot. You know, people pass out at that temperature. Like when it's that way outside. People get dehydrated. Speaking of which, if you guys have not hydrated and you are have been sitting around for a while, please hydrate. It's 11F here, says Charlie. Yeah, what is it here? Let me see. If it's 0 plus 5, 9, so I think we're probably about 3 or 4C here. So, because 3 or 4C should translate to be about like 30 something Fahrenheit. No, wait, sorry. No, 32 is 0. So, but it's 5/9 or 9/5. Man, sorry, it's too late. I can't do this. I remember the formula in my head. I just don't feel like doing the conversion right now. Hold on. My activity feed is not working for some reason. Oh, that's weird. Oh no. Oh no, I did not want that. Hold on. You hate it when OBS like locks a section into something. I need to put a complaint to Earth Management. The heat cold distribution of the globe isn't to customer satisfaction. Yeah, for sure. All right. Negative 10.4C for me. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's cold. Refresh? No. I'm logged in. That's so weird. All right. Anyway, the queue is open. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. I did mention the new trick that got added. We are using the new Twitch deck if possible. So, here, I'll just fiddle with some cards for a bit while we chat. Yeah, I'm actually surprised at how relatively not freezing it is, considering an hour and a half away is a crazy blizzard dropping feet of snow. And here it is just dropping, inches. Alright, good news. I don't have to rush off tonight because observing a U.S. holiday tomorrow for those of you in areas that celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day or Equal Rights Day. I know in some areas they call it something else, but it's basically the same thing. Alright. Check the gaff meter. You have requested a trick. This is a new trick. It's brand new. I mean, I've done it once on stream, but it was while I was learning it, and not officially on this trick list. So, let's go ahead and get ready to perform it. I'm going to get ready to perform maximum penetration. The card trick. Just I can see it now, all of the clips. Yep. Okay. Alright. Oh man, using the double sus. Gibson sus eyes and... Okay. Alright, let's see. Okay, here we go. Texas. Yeah, that would be. I mean, you're probably not going to be too cold in Texas, right? But if you get hit with like snow or cold weather for too long, the power grid might not stay on. Is that still a concern? Okay, all right. So here we go. First of all, here's a box. The box of cards is empty. There's nothing in here. You can take a look, and there's nothing in there. All right. So this trick is going to use 5 cards. I want to show you the first 2 cards, and these top 2 cards are a Joker and another Joker. Now I'm going to leave these Jokers over here. These other 3 cards are the Ace, the 2, and the 3 of clubs. Okay, we're going to first use the Ace of clubs. I'm going to leave those over there. I want to place the Ace in between the 2 Jokers. And so, if we take a look, there's Joker. Now, here's the interesting thing with the Ace. The Ace is going to be able to penetrate through the 2 Jokers. I know, it's kind of strange. You might not believe it, but look, watch. It's just penetrated through the 2 Jokers. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and use the 2, and we're going to go ahead and place the 2 in between the 2 Jokers, and we'll leave the 3 over there for a second. That seems like a violation of the rules. I know. That's okay. It's just so if you're familiar with like quantum mechanics, there's this thing called quantum tunneling. And so particles, might exist in this weird cloud. I don't know why I'm getting into this, but it can spontaneously be in this one position and then be in another position, which could strangely be on the other side of a barrier. Anyway, so here, I'm going to go ahead and show you that the 2 is in between the 2 Jokers. But this 2 is going to quantum tunnel through the cards. Did you see it? Did you see it go through? Because look. I know, that's strange. Now, what I'm going to do with the 3 is, this is where I had to we had to show you. Wow, quantum mechanics, magic. Some quite advanced tech you are using there. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this the 3. We're going to do something different with the 3. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place this into the box. This is why I showed you that the box was empty. So what I'm going to do is place it in the box here. Now this 3 is going to quantum tunnel. Man, this is actually a super interesting presentation of this too. I should totally use quantum tunneling for this. If I wanted to present this in a not dirty way, I could totally call it quantum tunneling instead of the name of the trick, which is maximum penetration. But anyway, so look, watch. It's actually it's penetrated, so it's quantum tunneled through, and there's the 3. Now, the 2 Jokers, they're going to penetrate your mind. Because look, if I just press them together, pretend I'm Saitama from One Punch Man. I have the strength of doing 100 push-ups every day for years. No, I have no such strength. But I just press those 2 Jokers together, and this becomes a 4. I know, it's strange. And some people are going to be like, whoa, you totally have a card in the box. And to that I would say, yeah, you're right. This is a magic trick. And so this is where this card is going to penetrate your mind, because this is not a Joker. This is actually the 5. And that, my friends, is maximum penetration, half themed as quantum tunneling. And I was not happy with that presentation because I did a thing during the presentation. I'm like, oh, whoops. So if you guys are paying attention, you probably know what I was talking about. But That's okay. We'll make this a boss trick. It's officially on the list now. So we're gonna boss trick it. Anyway, hey, Mike 2600, welcome in. Where TF the Jokers now? Say checking the gaff meter. Checking the gaff meter. Thank you kindly for the ding. Let's see. Magic. Yes, that's right. Magic. All right. How do two jokers become 1-4? I mean, that's why they. I mean, so if I compress things so much, for example, if you just take a ton of just random coal, right, and you just compress it really hard, it becomes diamond. I mean, that's the cool thing, right? So I'm just jokers become 4. That I don't know. Ugh. Okay. All right. Mike 2600, welcome in. How are you doing? Hi, and I like that one. Okay. Awesome. I'm glad that you like maximum penetration. Honestly, partially for the lulz, I think just putting this on my trick list is worth it. It is unfortunate. Once again, it is unfortunate that I did not have it on my trick list for the 69th magic stream, but anyway. Yes, pressure makes diamonds. Bursts pipes. Yes, sure. A-OK over here. All right. Awesome. Mike 2600. I think I have some news. You probably know what this is, and it is quote unquote bad news. I mean, I guess comparatively, but I'm not going to be making it to Magifest, so I think you probably knew. For those of you who remember that I went to a Magic convention last year, it was Magifest, and so this year I'm not going to be going to that this year. It's going to be happening in a couple weeks, so I'm sorry, Mike. I just couldn't swing it, I don't think. Sorry to hear. You'll be missed. B and I will keep you updated. Yes, please keep me updated. Send me pics, info, whatever. Just I want to. So, yeah. I'm kind of bummed because the lineup looked to be super awesome too, and it might have been like one of the magicians' last performance, but yeah. Like one of the people who is going to be there is somebody named Richard Turner, and he is a card mechanic. Been doing been doing magic for many years, but he is blind, and so he performs magic blind. You may have seen him on Penn and Teller Fool Us, and it was crazy. So, yeah, lineup is nuts this year. Yep, exactly. Someone else that I've seen that is prominent, and I do some things that are kind of based on a bunch of his tricks, even though I don't think anything I have on my list is directly attributed to him. But Jay Sankey is very prolific, like magic creator, and like I know I've learned a bunch of things from him. So I don't know if I have anything on my list that's attributed to him, but I've learned a lot from him. So yeah, and Small World Charlie's Beats. Oh, I'm assuming that's based on location. So, all right. So I'm gonna have to practice the card trick maximum penetration. That's all right. Here we go. La la la. Okay. Anyway, by the time Chan comes back and requests it, I should know it. I should have perfected it. Yeah. Oh, Alan Ackerman. That's right. Dan Harlan, John Costafaro. Yeah. Aussie Wind. That's right. Aussie Wind is a very innovative magician. I think people who are in the magic world know he creates magic for other magicians, and so we have a request from Charlie's Beats. Thank you so much for the request. But yeah, the other thing is that so MagicFest happened so early in the year. Other I have other conventions that I want to go to that are like bigger and require more time to. There's also this risk on going to a convention that is like in January near this area because of just weather. Like if I mean, as you can't tell, there isn't like a raging blizzard like near where I live right now. Um, so yeah. Okay. All right. So excited for. Okay, yeah, that's right. So yeah. Tell me how it goes, Mike 2600. Let's. Oh yeah, for anybody who is curious, yeah, the Magic convention is called MagicFest, and it would happen in Columbus, Ohio. So yeah, it's not a getaway destination, but anyway, yeah, it's a great convention for Magic. Okay, all right. So first things first, I've got the four aces. I'll turn them over so we can introduce them to you. We have uh, ace of diamonds. We have the ace of clubs. We have the ace of hearts. And then we have the ace of spades, signed by Charlie's Beats. Okay, so what I want to do is we are going to go ahead and... So if you guys have seen the trick in the invisible palm, this is kind of like an in the hands version of invisible palm. So I've got 3 over here, 1 over here, but all I have to do is if I just shake my hands a little vigorously, I don't know if you could tell, but one of those cards jumps from this hand over to this hand. I know, that's super strange, right? That's okay. So here, if you missed that, we're going to go ahead and do that again. So once again, we have 2 and 2. Now, if I go ahead and I just shake a little vigorously, you'll see that one of those cards disappears and jumps over to the other hand. I know, that's a little bit bizarre, right? So now I have to remember how to do this next part here. Okay, we have... let me see. Okay, yeah, that's right. So here's the Charlie's Beat signed ace of spades. And what I'm going to do with the ace of spades is, I want to hold it in this hand. Now, I remember that Charlie's Beats had signed the 5s, or the 5 of hearts in the previous Twitch deck, and so I was like, I should use the 5s for this trick. But I did remember that in this current Twitch deck, Charlie signed the ace of spades. But just, oops, click the heat map. Sorry, yeah, no worries. Anybody is free to click the heat map whenever they want. So I did consider using the 5s for this trick earlier. So, but if I had wanted to use the 5s, I could totally do that. I could totally just use the 5s if I wanted. And that, my friends, is invisible hands. It's okay. I'll eat the heat map from... Oh, no, the heat... Hold on. Oh, no, that heat map's gone. Sorry. I can't eat it now. Anyway, thank you so much for the request. Charlie's Beats. I assume... I don't remember if I did that. Is that a QA request? Is that it? That's probably... Let's see. When did I do that one last? Invisible... Oh yeah, it's been 2 months. It's been a hot minute since I did that one. Excellent. Okay, I can now go to eat this. Okay, so I did mention that I've been playing video games a little bit and trying to fiddle with a guitar. So, um, for anybody who doesn't know, I tried teaching myself one song a long time ago, and to this very day, I basically only know that one song. But I'm trying to figure out how to play like children's songs because my daughter is at the point where she can sing along. So I'm trying to play things like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and like Jingle Bell. She loved Jingle Bells, by the way, for for Christmas, and nothing complicated. Literally just the melody. So even if I just have to experiment, just sliding my finger up and down the frets to be like, okay, this is the next note. So just trying to do it by ear. So I'm not doing anything super formal, but yeah, I'm just fiddling around with the guitar. All right. Okay. So while we have this on my mind, I did mention it during the last trick. It is kind of that the last trick was based on this trick. And actually, if you guys didn't realize, this is a boss trick. So I needed to work on I don't remember why I had messed this one up. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think it was the stream before New Year's, so it's probably the Christmas one. But um, yeah. So let me just actually I have the fives. So here we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 fives. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and attempt to palm this card, but invisibly. Now, if I palm this using a regular method, you'd be able to see it if I expose it, because there it is. I know, strange. But look, if I go ahead and I grab it, but I use the invisible palm, even if I expose it, you won't be able to see it. You won't be able to see it until I want you to see it, which is when I place it down on the table, right there. I know, strange. Now, I'm going to go ahead and once again palm this card. Now, if I were to palm it normally at exposed angles, you'll be able to see it. But if I was to palm it but invisibly, you won't be able to see it. Not until I put it down on the table, which is when I want you to see it. So, right there. Now, let's see. Let me just make sure. I think this is probably the part that I messed up at the end last time. So look, we have 5 of spades. If I go ahead and leave the 5 of spades over here, just place the other 5s over here. I'm going to go ahead and palm the 5 of spades off of the bottom of the deck. Actually, I think this might have been the part that I messed up last time, now that I think about it. Okay, hold on. You see it, you see it. I just have to rub and rub and rub and rub. Nope, this can still be a boss trick. Here we go. There it is. And once again, I'm just going to go ahead and put it on the table. There it is. And of course, we have our 5, 5, 5, and 5. Okay. There we are. Invisible palm. Generally happy with that. Still messed up the one part I was not happy about. I'll leave it on the boss trick list. Aw, shucks. I'm actually gonna, you know what? This is what I will copy it over to this week. Sometimes I don't carry it over, but it's because I didn't try it. If I did it again and I was not happy with it. My notes. Anyway, thank you kindly for the claps. Checking the gaff meter. Greatly appreciate it. Can you tell I'm a little rusty? I think I'm a little rusty. I'm feeling a little rusty. I don't know why. Have I just been sitting on my laurels? I don't know. Like I miss like one stream for the new year, and it's like Anyway, thank you for the claps. Thank you for the noise. You can't choose. Oh, okay. Checking the gaff meter. Which card would you like to be the star of this particular trick? You get to choose. So in the past, I've yeah, use it or lose it, Nom. Yes, I know I have to use it or lose it. So normally in the past, I've done this with the Four of Hearts, but just to illustrate that I can do it with any card, I'll let you pick any card, and that's the card that you won't be able to select at the end. Because you can't choose it. But I'm letting you choose it now before the trick starts. Pick a card. Yeah, pick any card. Just name any card. Just whatever. It doesn't matter. Eight of spades. Okay. All right. 8 spades. All right. Excellent. So let's go ahead and grab some cards, and then we're going to do this trick with the 8 of spades that you can't pick. You won't be able to pick it. It's unpickable. No picking. Does this sound weird? Should I stop? Okay. All right. Okay, I have 4 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, whether you know it or not, I did get enough Twitch decks so I could get multiples of the 8 of spades. I mean, really any card, but I had you just pick. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that this is also the 8 of spades. This is also the 8 of spades. And of course, this card, whether you believe it or not, is also the 8 of spades. Now, here's the interesting thing. If I let you choose one of these cards, I bet you it will not be the 8 of spades. So let me go ahead and spread these out. We'll even label them. I got some markers here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, if anybody's playing at home, feel free to click directly on the screen, and we'll put a heat map on that. I just realized these are the worst color for heat maps because they kind of blend in. But anyway, I can see that. Or if you want to type in chat, that's fine too. But they're all 8 of spades. How? Well, I'm going to let you know that you can't choose it. So, alright. This is a good time to hydrate. If anybody hasn't hydrated for a bit, feel free. Okay, here we go. Now, I see somebody has selected this one in front of the 3. So, let's start with the 1 first. If you had selected the 1, I know nobody openly selected the 1, but in your mind, if you selected the 1, you did not select the 8 of spades. Because this was indeed a queen of clubs. Queen of clubs, everybody. Alright. In your mind, if you had selected the 4, you also did not win. You did not select the 8 of spades. You happened to select a king of hearts. That's right. That's right. Now, let's. I see somebody has selected the 3, so let's just do the 2 first. Let's just do the 2 first. So perhaps you thought that the 8 of spades was over here, underneath the 2. And that, my friends, was a 7 of diamonds. 7 of diamonds. Now here under the 3, I'll let you know that perhaps it is indeed the 8 of spades. And to that I would say, yeah, you would have won the game. However, maybe you thought you saw the 8 of spades, but really it was a card that could represent any card. It happened to be a card that is considered a wild card in many card games. Because here under the 3, I guess we could say you win. It is the 8 of spades in some circumstances. Because it is indeed our joker. That can be any card. The 8 of spades. I know. That's super, super strange, right? But anyway, this is probably the closest to winning because you are technically not wrong. The Joker can be the 8 of spades. That, my friends, is... You can't choose the 8 of spades. Check the Gap was like, hey, what? Huh? There's wild cards? I mean, there was only one. So, yeah. Thank you kindly for the applause and the claps. Check the Gaff meter. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, if you were wondering where the 8 of spades went, there it is. I coughed it up. There you go. Unbelievable. Could have sworn those were all 8 of spades. I know. Yeah, when I went to TwitchCon and I had worked with the people who helped me with my interactive workshop that I presented with the mods, Gibson Lens and the Rusty Panda, I worked with them to design the backs of these cards so that they would be handy. They actually ended up giving me a bunch of these, so I mean, I was not lying. I do have some sealed TwitchCon decks here, so. But yeah, unbelievable. I could have sworn those were all 8s of spades, so that they would be really hard to see heat maps on. No, that was not part of the plan. I actually didn't get a chance to say anything about the design in and of itself, but I just had like parameters, like we had to have a white border basically so that if we had cards that were like back to back and front to back, it wouldn't be like a full bleed image, that it would be reversible, not so it'd be reversible, it'd be the same like this and like that. So it was that, like that kind of stuff, so it wasn't like, yeah. Oh, not planned? Okay, yeah, no, I did not plan that. This happened to be the color scheme of TwitchCon of Las Vegas, so yeah. I had no say. It was just kind of like, here, this is what we're going to design. I'm like, okay, I just need these 5 things to be true, and so they are consistent and they feel good. So I mean, that was it. All right. So anyway, I recently started playing a new video game recently, and I was like, oh, maybe I should stream the Messenger so I can wrap up that project. I technically didn't finish that. I like them though. Yeah, I like them too. They're pretty good. But yeah, so now if anybody subs or resubs, we get to sign a card in this deck. So we only have like 4 or 5 cards in this deck signed. I know that Gibson Lens. So Gibson Lens, by the way, resubbed literally right before the stream started. So like, I guess he might have seen me in chat and then was like, resub. And then, and I'm like, oh, I haven't started streaming yet. So, so anyway, thank you for the resub, Gibson Lens. But yeah, but Gibson Lens already has the Ace of Hearts in this one, because I was like, oh, let me give the mods first crack at a card because, you know, they help out, and also they assisted me at TwitchCon as well with the presentation. So. But yeah. Okay, while we have the aces out, let's do something interesting. So, okay, we have 10 of hearts. That'll be our selection. So, if I go ahead and I place the 10 of hearts in here, in the middle, And then I'm going to go ahead and grab these two aces. And we're going to go ahead and place them on the top. Like this. Now, believe it or not, in between these two aces, we are going to have a card. Now, this card, would you believe, is the selection, 10 of hearts? No, of course not, because the 10 of hearts you saw me put inside the middle. And if I actually show you this card, you'd be correct, because it's some other card. That's the 6 of hearts. But actually, whether you know it or not, I could use these aces to transform that card into the 10 of hearts. Look, watch. I'm just going to go ahead and have it steal the 10 of hearts. Because now, if I show you this card is our 10 of hearts. I know. Super strange. Super strange. Hey, welcome in. Candace, how's it going? Chan the Magic Man, hello, welcome in. How are you doing? Chan, you'll be happy to know I have added the trick that you requested last time into the trick list. So, just so you know. And Candace, how are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Enjoying a night off. Candace, glorious. Yes, enjoy a night off. I don't know what your regular work schedules are, but it's nice to have some time off every once in a while. And also, thank you so much for deciding to spend your time off tonight with me. So yeah, I have tomorrow off from work, so I don't need to rush off. Although I did start a little bit earlier than usual, so we shall see. But yeah. Oh, Jay the Gaff Meter, thank you so much for the request. And let me go ahead and get ready to perform that. Oh yeah, so the game I've been playing recently, I've been playing a video game recently. It's called Factorio. It's an old game, I guess, old being like it came out years ago, but a bunch of my friends have recommended to me, and I have never played it, and so I think somebody got it for me, and I was like, let me play this. I finally played it yesterday for the first time, and I was like, oh man. So it's one of those engine building games. I love board games where it's engine building, and this is like a weird like efficiency kind of like engine building game. So Chan says, I'm in Vietnam right now. Chan, I knew you were in Cambodia, and I knew that Vietnam is just right over the border, but you are literally in Vietnam right now. Excellent. Well, have fun. Oh yes, and if you guys are not following our friend Chan the Magic Man, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Thanks for shouting out Chan the Magic Man, Gibson Let's. Yeah, Chan the Magic Man, one of the few other magicians that has a regular magic schedule on Twitch. So normally does Magic Mondays. I'm not sure what your schedule is now, because I know Chan the Magic Man is traveling, because normally Chan is in the United States. But right now, he's literally in Vietnam. So there we are. I'll be staying here for just a few days until I go back to, okay, Phnom Penh. Okay, excellent. All right. So let's see. We have. So this is a short trick right here. So we have the 4 queens and the 8 of spades. Following, yay, magic. That means we're going to have to tell Candace about all the other magicians. So anyway, I have the 4 queens and then the 8 of spades. I did not choose the 8 of spades for any weird, malicious, but just coincidental. All right, maybe not coincidental. But anyway, let me go ahead and place the 8 of spades off to the side over here. And we have the other queens over here. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and just pretend that that 8 of spades is a peeping Tom, and somehow that the 8 of spades is going to go ahead and sneak up on all of these queens over here. But if I go ahead and I show you that perhaps that 8 of spades is not going to go ahead and get a chance to peep at these queens, because these queens, the 8 of spades has managed to make it over here. But those queens are now over here. I know, that's strange, right? That's super weird. And that is a 4-to-1 switch. Yes, thanks for pulling up Magic Twitch. Yes, so there is the 4 magicians that we know that have a regular schedule. And actually, I've been seeing Halathorn has been streaming more often as well. So, but yeah, if you guys are not following Chan the Magic Man, usually does Magic Mondays when his schedule will allow and not traveling. Halathorn Ben is a Singaporean magician. Streams from the other side of the world. And then the godfather of Magic Twitch, as we call him, InfoXZar, also known as Jack, and he has 3 magic streams per week. So here, you'll typically see sleight of hand card magic, because that's what I like to do, that's what I enjoy. But InfoXZar will perform all sorts of things. He's not just limited to cards. He'll use fire, he likes to use fire. He does use cards, he does use coins, he does use other props, he does... yeah, so that is that. Okay, I feel like we got all the queens out. We should do something else with the queens. So I'm going to go ahead and just add another switch as well to the trick list. 4-1 switch. We'll do the other one. Hopefully it gets it. Yes, okay, it did. All right. All right, StreamerSonglist, you're working finally for me. Okay. All right, once again, we have the 4 queens. I'm just going to leave them off to the side. They're going to help us later. And then we're going to need a card selected. This one, it doesn't matter what the card so much is. You guys will know what it is. So let's say it's the 4 of spades. So the 4 of spades is going to be our selection. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the 4 of spades, and we're going to go ahead and stick it into this pile. And then we're now going to go ahead and use the queens to help us out. So we have, let's see, Queen of Spades, Queen of Hearts, Queen of Clubs, and Queen of Diamonds. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to run my hand kind of like down this pile. 1, 2, and you'll see that these 4 queens turn into 1 card, and that 1 card that's over here you'll see has turned into 4 cards. Is that super weird? That's super weird, right? And the 1 card is actually, what was our selection? It happened to be the 4 of spades. And, well, where did the queens go? Well, if I show you here, these are 4 queens. And that was the other 4-for-1 switch. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Gibson Lens. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Chan, while you're here, I know I did this early. I actually did this earlier, but we're gonna do it again. So, is it the only trick that has the word maximum in it? Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. Yay! All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I did relearn this one. So, okay. Here we go. I'm gonna do this because I need the practice on this one. It's also funny because the name of the trick is maximum penetration. Okay, all right, first things first. We have a bunch of cards and a deck box. I just want to show you right now that the deck box is completely empty. There's nothing in here. If you were here, you can inspect the box yourself. That's just kind of like a preliminary thing to do because then it saves me having to prove the box was empty originally to you later. Okay, next. We have 5 cards. So these top 2 cards I want to show you are jokers. So there's a joker, and then here's a joker. And then I just want to show you that the other 3 cards are the ace, the 2, and the 3 of clubs. All right, let's go ahead and start with the ace of clubs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place the ace of clubs in between the 2 jokers. Okay, and you're going to see something interesting. The ace of clubs will be able to penetrate through the other cards. I know, it can get out from between the jokers. I know, that's a little bit strange, but don't knock it until you try it. That sounds so weird in the context of this trick. But watch. Ready? Here we go. The ace. Oh, hold on. Failure to launch. Failure to launch. Hold on. Here we go. There we go. That ace has penetrated the 2 jokers. I know. Okay. Next. Let's go ahead and use the 2 of clubs. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the 2 in between the 2 jokers, and we'll leave the 3 over here. Okay. Now, I will cleanly show you that the 2 is in between those 2 jokers, right? So, what I'm going to do now is let's go ahead and just watch that 2 penetrate through those 2 jokers. Black man! Okay, hold on. wait, my hands are up here, Kisogo, welcome in! Thank you so much for the resub, greatly appreciate it. You can penetrate me anytime, Ayo, says Kisogo. Alright, first of all, for the resub, Kisogo, you get to sign a card in the new Twitch deck, which is actually this one. So let me know which card you would like to sign. There's only like 4 or 5 cards that have been signed. Otherwise, most of the deck is open. So please let me know which card you would like to sign in the new Twitch deck. And we will do that after this trick, which incidentally is called Maximum Penetration. OMG, all the pressure. All right, that's okay. Take your time. You got until the end of this trick. All right, so we have the 2 of clubs in between the 2 jokers. Okay, and watch. The 2 is going to penetrate. All right, you choose 3 of spades. All right, awesome. We'll get to that. Okay, look, watch. The 2. Man, failure to launch. Okay, here we go. The 2 is going to penetrate through the 2 jokers. There we go. Now, we have this 3, and what I want to do with this 3 is this is where the box comes in. Okay, so look, I'm going to go ahead and take the 3, and I'm going to place it into the box. Okay, and we're just going to go ahead and just slide it in. It's the only thing that's in there. There's nothing else in the box. Now we're going to close that up. Now this is where the 3 is going to penetrate the box. What's in the box? Penetration, says Kisoko. Alright, because here, watch, ready? that 3 has penetrated through the box. What's in the box? That's a great question. Now, this is going to penetrate reality. These 2 jokers, I'm going to press with the strength of the gravity of 1,000 suns in between my hands to change 2 jokers into a 4 of clubs. It's just like coal and diamonds. It's exactly like that. We had this discussion earlier. It's exactly like that. I mean, pretty graphic content, eh? And then finally, yeah, this is a magic trick. You probably suspect that there is a card still in here. But this is where this trick will penetrate your mind. Figuratively. Penetrate your mind. Because this card is going to penetrate your mind by showing you that it is the 5 of clubs. And that, my friends, is maximum penetration. Chuck the Gap here says, Jesus, I hope figuratively. Please don't literally penetrate my mind. Yes, I know, right? Chan the Magic Man, thank you kindly for the applause. Greatly appreciate it. Gibson Lens, thank you kindly for the claps. Yeah, stake. People used to be burned at the stack for this sorcery. Yeah, people used to be burned at the stake. So, funniest thing, card magic was generally accepted, because card magic has been around since the days of, like, feudal England. And so they understand, like, if you could just show how this was done to fool people, card magic would have been okay. It's all the other stuff that gets super weird. Like, if you're doing magic with fire or something, yeah, you're pretty much you're gonna be the witch. You're gonna get burned. But my mind has been penetrated, says Chan. All right. Kisogo, thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. So 3 of spades. All right, let's go ahead and find you the 3 of spades, and we'll sign that for Kisogo Plays. All right, there we are. Thank you kindly for the mind blown. Checking the gaff meter. Theo penetrated. Yes. Oh yeah, and if anybody didn't know, new emotes. So here we are. Check them out if you guys have not seen them all. So I now have an exploded mind, blown, and applause, the Triforce triangle cards, the cube, the Merry Christums, the compass, and the sus crooked cards, in addition to all the ones that we currently love. LOL, deck sock. Alright, here we are. 3 of spades. Let me just double check and make sure that's the card that Kisogo wanted. 3 of spades, okay, good. Alright. Okay, so thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. Alright. We're gonna write Kisogo on this side, and then we're gonna turn it and write plays on this side. So, alright. Hi, Dexock. Oh yes. Hi, Dexock. Here we go. Dexock can make an appearance. Alright. Kisogo Plays. Pretty sure there's an S. Plays. Yeah, I like to be extra careful with this now because I almost messed up somebody's name in the past, and so I was like, this is Sharpie. I don't want to mess that up. So but anyway, this actually turned out really well one time because remember, Kisogo, you signed a card in the previous Twitch deck, so and then what happened was somebody from your chat showed up and didn't realize you had signed a card, but did a trick, and then your name showed up, like, I think for a trick. I don't know if it was a trick that they requested or something, but they were like, what? How? It's just like, it's just so amazing. So yeah, that's, yep. So, all right, let's see. So that was okay. Now we have a request from. Hold on, I'm just gonna come over here. Charlie's Beats. Thank you so much for the request. And checking. I let mine run out. Oops. I mean, I understand people have finances, and it's like, especially like with raising inflation, and people, hey, you guys. I'm just so happy that you guys want to support me. So thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Checking the gaff meter. I believe you also get to sign a card in the new Twitch deck because the old one you had signed was the Queen of Spades, right? So I don't know if you wanted to sign that again or if you wanted to pick a new one. There's only a few other ones that are signed. But let me know which one you would like to sign, checking the gaff meter, and we will get that signed for you. So thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. And then in the interim, I can actually can I just use clubs? Let me just use these. I like that 4 of spades right there, actually. Oh, you like the 4 of spades? Okay. 4S. Yeah, 4 spades. Okay. All right. This one? Checking the gaff meter, 4 of spades. Okay. All right. That one. This one. All right. Okay, and actually, there's enough space. We can just go directly across the whole thing. I don't have to split it up. So, at least, I hope I don't. Check. Ing. And for anybody who didn't know, the DGAF don't give a fuck meter. So, but I just like how checking the gaff meter, it just, I don't know, rolls off. Okay, I think I can fit meter. All right, perfect. I want it to look nice. I don't want to have to curve it. Okay. All right, there we go. We got it. We got it in. Okay. There we go. Thank you so much for the resub, checking the gaff meter. An artist. I mean, I would argue that being a magician means that you are an artist of some sort. So I guess the closest thing for me, because I'm very squarely in the sleight of, I'm a sleight of hand artist, right? That is probably the most accurate. Okay, all right. Let's see here. How are we gonna do this? Very carefully. Okay. All right. This next request is for the Restless Lady from Charlie's Beats. Okay. Oh no, I was already showing. Okay. Thanks for the card. Thank you kindly for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. Chan says, it's so unbelievable how I'm watching you stream in the daytime rather than at night since I'm in a different country. Crazy how time zones work. I mean, that's how time zones work. Yeah. I mean, if that doesn't prove that the Earth is round, I don't want to offend flat earthers. Okay, I kind of do want to offend flat earthers, honestly. Okay. So, we have a 2, 3, 4, 5 of clubs, and the Queen of Diamonds. Now, the Queen of Diamonds has always been about money because, diamonds. Now, here's the thing. The Queen of Diamonds, let's pretend that the Queen of Diamonds perhaps goes off and does something to ignore the 2, 3, 4, and the 5 of clubs. Now, these 2, 3, 4, 5 clubs, they actually are part of this elite club that the Queen of Diamonds then realizes, hey, we need to get in with them so that they can introduce me into their clubs so that I can make money. And that's what this restless lady wants to do. But all we have to do is give that lady a chance to hop from there up here. The Queen of Diamonds will find a way to intermingle with those club members. I know, that's super interesting, right? Now, is this like a Mean Girls? I mean, no. This is I've never themed this as a Mean Girls version of anything, but that is not a bad idea. Checking the cat feeder. To be fair, I probably want to watch the Mean Girls movie, and I'm not really good about watching movies anymore. Um, hey, Kaner Keys, welcome in. How's it going? All right, so now here, if I go ahead and I send the Queen of Diamonds away, version of anything. Yeah. Now we have the other clubites, but if we give the Queen of Diamonds a chance to intermingle with these clubites, what's going to happen is that she will find a way to intermingle with the clubites. So, look, we've got the Queen of Diamonds there. Now, if we go ahead and send her home, these clubites don't want her there. But so we have our two clubs. But look, if I just go ahead and I just give the Queen of Diamonds a chance to talk with one of the clubs, she'll find a way to get there. And finally, we just have our lone club here. But actually, the Queen of Diamonds will find a way to get on top of the situation and communicate with all of them. Not only that, she's going to find a way to visit all of them. So if you tried to visit any of our club friends, you will see the Queen of Diamonds appear in their offices, in the parking lot. I guess this is super creepy. Creeping on them near their cars. In the mess hall. Why am I saying mess hall? In the cafeteria. I guess, thinking Star Trek maybe. So there the Queen of Diamonds is. Now, if I were to go ahead and just once again tell the story of the Queen of Diamonds amongst these club members, they decide, hey, we've seen a lot of the Queen of Diamonds recently, and we just want to say that she's actually pretty cool. And, she can come join us. She's actually not that money grubbing. So she can become part of the club too. And so, after that, they decide to tell the Queen of Diamonds that she can join, and she becomes the Queen of Clubs. And that, my friends, is a restless lady. Checking the gap meter says, whoa, my God, she penetrated the club. Yep. She pulled her own maximum penetration. That's so horrible. Alright, just context for anybody else who comes to see this at this point. I have another trick in my trick list called maximum penetration that I just added. Okay. Although it probably doesn't matter because if anybody clips it, they're just not going to clip that explanation. So, oh man. So I mean, in the end, it wasn't that mean, right? It was just, they were judgmental about this one lady that kept on showing up because they thought she wanted money, but she was actually pretty cool. So, yeah. All right. Kaner says, my bro, living legend, the great Chan the Magic Man. Chan, you have a fan club. I don't know if you know. All of the people in the fan club love Chan. Actually, everybody loves Chan's music videos. So if You get a chance. Check out Chan's music. Yes, it's me, Jimmy Kaner. Yes, change name. I think I had seen that you had changed. Yeah. Yes, that's true. I love steamy funk, baby. All right. Excellent. So thank you so much for the request, Charlie's Beats, for the Restless Lady. My apologies, I did not use the Ace of Spades, but we will save that for the next trick, I guess. But thank you so much for the request. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Cashmere Feline, welcome in. How's it going? Charlie's Beats. Charlie, I've done so many tricks with your card. It'll be fine. You'll be okay. Cashmere Feline, thank you so much for the resub. If I recall, you have the Queen of Hearts signed in this deck. Actually, right here is right on top. Cashmere Feline, thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. If you would like to request a trick, Cashmere, and I can use this card as part of that trick, I will try. So let me know. In the interim, I'm going to be... thank you so much for the request for solving a Rubik's Cube. Chan, you get a choice. Do you want to see me do it with the regular sized cube or the mini cube? It's up to you. Chan says, at least you used my favorite card at the end. Ah, yes, the Queen. That's right. I had a note to add a playing card to my emotes, and I did not do that yet. Sorry, guys. So, OMG, look how cute. All right. So, yeah, Chan, do you want to see the regular sized cube or the mini baby cube? It's up to you. Mini. All right, there we go. I can see how this is becoming very popular just because of its diminutive stature. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and scramble this up while we talk in chat. So, yes, there's the cube emote as well. So anybody who... so yeah, I have a bunch of new emotes from last week, introduced them last week. I'm still thinking about what my next set of emotes will be. I also need to get some animated ones in there, because I haven't decided. It's also kind of tough, and I'm like, do I want this? I don't want that. Yeah, Cube Pianist is a pro at that. Yes. Well, so is Chan the Magic Man. For those of you who don't know, Chan the Magic Man can solve like all of the cubes. I've seen him solve a 3x3, a 4x4, 5x5 on stream. I've seen him solve like the Mega Minx, which is like this weird one with like a bunch of different shapes, like on the sides. It's kind of insane. I'm on a delay because I'm on mobile. Well, not. I don't think it's because you're on mobile, Chan. I think it's because you are quite literally on the other side of the world. I think that's probably the delay. If anybody didn't know, Chan is in Vietnam right now. So, oh really? I want to see that. Yeah, Nam's so into. Alright, I'm not going to read that, but I know inevitably I will once again say that. Okay, alright, I'm going to try and solve this right now. I will try to not laugh reading chat. Alright, so the one good thing about... the one thing about this mini-sized cube, the good thing is that it slides just as well as the big one, but it is harder to get a grip. Oh my god. Alright. I see. Yeah, probably that too, lol. Do you think Twitch would flag an emote if I called it maximum? I think that would probably get flagged, right? They wouldn't allow me to do that, maybe. Okay. All right. First layer is done. Top layer. So now I'm working on the middle layer. Let's see. Nope. one more for the middle layer. Okay. Okay, now the top 2 layers are done. So now I have the bottom layer. They've flagged better. It would be hilarious, though. I think that's a green light 100%. I don't think they would. Nope. Oh, man. What would the emote be of? Like, I don't even know. Like, what? Okay, bottom layer now. Okay, we got the fish. I may have to do this algorithm on the fish up to 3 times. So that was 1, 2. Alright, got lucky. I only had to do it twice. Oh, this might be worst case scenario. I'm going to have to swap corners a couple of times. And I have the muscle memory for the big one. Oh no, I might have just messed this up. Hold on. Backtrack. Can I save this? Oh my god. This will be horrible. I shouldn't have been talking about muscle memory just at this time. Okay, hold on. I might have to just start over. Wait. Okay, no. I don't have to completely start over, but I have to backtrack. Bum. Okay. Alright, bottom layer again. Yeah, okay, top 2 layers. Okay. Here we go. Bottom layer again. Okay, alright. I'm back to where I think I was before. Okay, alright. Careful, you really want to open that up to chat? Okay, alright. I mean, no, I don't want to open that up to chat, but we're already talking about it, and I'm trying to solve a mini-cube, so... When it comes to the size of cubes, size matters. Okay, do I remember... Okay, so if I... Hold on, I just... Okay. So... Alright, so if I have to swap these 2 corners... Okay, alright, that's 1. Okay, now do it again. Yeah, my muscle memory is really on a larger sized cube. Okay, cool. So now I just have to rotate one set of things. And then we got it. Okay, sorry. Alright, solved. Woo! Okay. Crisis averted. Not as fast as I think I could have gone. Although, I guess maybe for a mini cube. That's... I say this. Alright. You got this! Alright. I meant the... What would a maximum penetration emote even be? I mean, yes, what would... Seriously, like, what would a maximum penetration emote be? Alright, for anybody who just walked in, I guess mostly for Cashmere Feline, because we're probably talking about maximum penetration. I added a new trick to the trick list, and it is called maximum penetration. So just so you know. Okay. Alright, and that was me solving a mini cube. Woo! Alright, say more maximum penetration, Nom. Oh, damn it. I shouldn't have read that out loud. Oh god. Alright. Let me attempt to do a trick. Is that like a drinking game now? Is it like a... It's like, how many times is he going to say that during stream? Curviously Jen, welcome in. How's it going? Do you have context on what we were talking about, or no? We're just gonna laugh along and... Also, he was using phrases like "slide it into the box." I guess you're not wrong. I did say that. I did say that. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, so we have the 4 queens. Thank you so much for the request, Cashmere Feline, and the resub. And the Cashmere Feline signed Queen of Hearts right there. And then we have our 4 aces over here. So let's see. What I would like to do is here we have the 4 queens, and then here we have the 4 aces. Actually, let me go ahead and pull the ace of spades out. We're going to need that. I'm going to go ahead and place the other 3 aces over here. And so much box talk. It's funny because in the trick, the maximum penetration trick, you do use the box. All right. This is okay. All right. So here, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave one of the queens over here, and we're gonna go ahead and just place this ace amongst the queens, like this. That would make an excellent drinking game, or maybe you need a little ticker counter that makes a noise every time you say that. I mean, yeah, if Gibson Lens wants to make that counter, I can't stop him. But I'm certainly not going to create that. Look, this is what's going to happen. That ace is going to magically swap places with this queen. Because if I show you now, we have queens over here, and then this is now the ace. So much lol. Alright, here, let me go ahead and place a queen there. And we're going to go ahead and place this ace right in here. Now, it's going to go ahead and swap places. These. Is that what my stream is reducing itself to? It's going to become a... I think he just challenged you, Gibson Lens. Because that ace has hopped down here. Look. I know. That's super weird. How? I know, right? That's super strange. Shouldn't happen. So here, let's go ahead and place a queen down here. Take this ace. Place it in there. Risky Biscuit Band, thank you so much for the raid. Oh, hold on, my hands are up here. Thank you so much for the raid, Risky Biscuit Band. Welcome in. Thank you so much for bringing your community in here. I'm currently in the middle of a trick. We'll finish this and then let me thank everybody appropriately. Let me wait for all the emotes because it may obscure things. We're almost at the very end, but I'm not doing anything sketchy with hands right now. While I have the but thank you so much for all of the new follows. Oh, let me welcome in, raiders. Okay, all right. So here we are. The last ace is going to jump from here to there because now we have all 4 queens, and then here is the ace, and that, my friends, is Jazz Aces. Okay, all right. Woo! Welcome in, raiders. Thank you so much for raiding Risky Biscuit Band and bringing everybody over. So first of all, Risky Biscuit Band, how was your stream? I assume you were playing music. Were you playing music? Just double check. I mean, I don't want to assume, but also thank you so much for everybody who just came in, everybody who followed. We got a bunch of first-time chatters as well, so. Welcome in, Risky Biscuit Band, Minion of Discord, King Solomon 360, BRM 869, Days Zen 69. Thank you so much for hopping in. Samba Potty 33. Yeah, just playing some music. Awesome. And Crafty Raya, thank you so much for coming in and saying hi. So let me introduce myself to all the raiders. Hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian, spelled with a K, 2 E's, and 3 N's. And I like to do sleight of hand card magic, so that's a lot of what you see here. And I use a StreamerSonglist, so if you guys are familiar with StreamerSonglist from music streamers, and I've just packed it with tricks. So if anybody wants to check it out, here it is. If you want to request some magic but you don't know what to request, you can just type !random. It'll randomly put one into the queue. So at the moment, here's our queue. I just finished this trick right there, so we're going to go ahead and clear that. But Risky Biscuit Band, would you like a trick request? I can perform something for you if you would like. Or or do you want me to select something? I can select something for you and the Raiders. Let me know. Thank you kindly for all the new follows, everybody. Greatly appreciate it. I'm spewing with emotes. I'm spewing. I also like to eat heat maps. Choose one for us. Sure. All right. Excellent. Okay. Here's one that is simple enough to start with. And this is one of the ones where if you see me in person, I would probably show this to you. So, and it's not too quick. So if anybody has to leave, feel free. But if you want to stay, that's cool too. So this trick will use the 4 aces. Now, with these 4 aces, I want to do something interesting. I want to turn them all face up, but only one card at a time. But if I was to do it like this, that would be cheating. That's not allowed, because that's how normal people would do it. I literally just turned a card over. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do something more magical. And actually, the back design helps with this too. I'm going to hold the packet, and I'm going to give it a magical twist. That twist is actually going to turn up the Ace of Hearts. I know, that's super interesting, right? Now, here's the part that gets people. I'm going to hold the packet and give it another magical twist. You'll notice that the Ace of Hearts will turn itself face down, and the Ace of Clubs will turn itself face up. I know, that's also super interesting. That shouldn't happen, right? That's a little bit weird. That's kind of weird, right? Once again, I'm going to hold the packet and give it another magical twist, and that is actually going to turn up the Ace of Diamonds. And yeah, I know, super strange. Let's see, we have one left, and a lot of people think that the Ace of Spades is magically resistant. I know that it is, because I'm the magician here. Because look, first of all, here's all the cards. They're all face down. But even if I give it one magical twist, all the cards are still face down. We need some way to give it some more magic. Actually, if you guys are on desktop right now, we're going to give it magic by clicking on it. If you're on desktop, feel free to click directly on the screen, preferably on the packet. And for each heat map that we get, that's going to infuse more magic onto this packet of cards. And I think with enough magic, that will turn up the Ace of Spades. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it looks like we have 8. Do you guys think that's enough magic? We can just check. All right, here we go. 9. Here we go. One finger. Ready? We're just going to spread. The cards. We're going to spread the cards. And the Ace of Spades has turned itself face up. Is that weird or what? And that, my friends, is a trick called twisting the aces. Thank you so much for the raid, Risky Biscuit Band. Sorry. I'm trying to not say Risky Biscuit Band, Risky Biscuit Band, Risky Biscuit Band. Okay, it's not too bad as a tongue twister. I can say it, so. All right. Thank you kindly for the claps. BRM, Gibson Lens. Greatly appreciate it. All right, I'm going to eat all these heat maps here. Delicious. All right. You ever thought about performing on America's Got Talent, Crazy Asian? I have never thought of that, because one of the few things that people on America's Got Talent they do is they create their own magical performances. And I myself currently mostly perform other people's magic. But that, and there's been a lot of magicians. I don't really want to. I also have a busy schedule, so for anybody who doesn't know, I am a software engineer by day, so I work a 40-hour-per-week job. I still make YouTube videos. I stream once a week, usually once a week. I want to do more, but I can't. And then I also have a child. I have a 2-year-old, so it's kind of tough. But anyway, yeah. Thank you kindly for the claps and the calps. Yeah, Gibson Lens, Risky Biscuit Band. Thank you for all the follows. Dayzen, thank you for the good jams. All right, thank you for the claps. Checking the gaff meter. AGT is rigged anyway. I mean, I don't know enough about it to say whether it is or not, but yeah. King Solomon says, I'm sure you know the name Shin Lim. Yes, I know the name Shin Lim. I've heard of him. I know a little bit about his life, I guess. So, let's see. Scrum sucks. I totally understand that. And welcome in Nefertiti Pimp. Oh, Nefertiti's Pimp. Okay, all right. That's a mythological reference, right? Nefertiti. So I'm just see, hands full. Yeah, Shin Lim is awesome. Yeah, this is cool. All right, Scrum does suck. Says Chicago Burbs. All right, cool. So that was the trick for Risky Biscuit Band. Thank you so much. If you guys stick around, I'm going to be performing a trick called the Coin Matrix. This one will use some coins and some cards. Let me pull out some coins. And then you may have seen this before. This is the one where coins will teleport around the table. Kanban is much better, says Chicago Burbs. If you would like to request a trick, there is a trick in my trick list that has the word Chicago in it. So, purely of nothing else except for that word link. But anyway, thanks for all the software engineer talk, everybody. I appreciate it. Delicious. Okay, thanks for the heat maps as well. All right, here we go. So we have 4 coins. If you were here, you can inspect the coins. Actually, if you were here, you could provide the 4 coins. So, and then we have 4 cards. I'm going to use the cards. I'm going to cover each of the coins, and and there we have. Chan the Magic Man has requested the Chicago opener. I assume on behalf. I had no idea what all we're covering. Oh, all right. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cover all of the coins with cards. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make this coin jump from here to here. Right? It happens pretty quick, so just watch. Ready? There we go. And now we're going to make this coin jump from here up there. And then we're going to make this one jump from over here, there. And that, my friends, is the coin matrix. Whew. All right. Okay. Thank you kindly for the applause, checking the gaff meter, and the claps. Charlie's Beats, Chan the Magic Man. Samba Potty says, "What the?" Hopefully I captured that emotion that you evoked. Thank you kindly for the claps, Kashmir. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and... Oh no, I have to grab a deck. Hold on. Give me a moment. Okay. Sorry, I am not prepared for this. And yet, I'm the one that egged for this one to be requested. Anyway, thank you so much for the request. Chan the Magic Man. Got your nose! Alright, okay. Alright, here we have a deck. And we are going to need a card selected. And we will have... Let's see. Let me just go ahead and spread the deck. And we can go ahead and select via heat map. So why don't we have... the important thing is I don't want to know what this card is. So if anybody's on desktop, feel free to click directly on the screen. If there's a few, we'll do like a vote off. So I assume it is this one. Okay. All right. That was the first one I saw. Oh, we got two. Okay, we got two on that one. We've got one over here. So I'll pull that one out, and then I think this one. Okay, so if you guys could... All right, let me just gather this up. Okay, if you guys could just vote on one of these three, the most votes will be the one that will be the selection, will be the real selection. Okay, so currently we have 2, 1, and 1. Okay, this one's winning. We'll give that a second. Oh, we have 2 and 2. All right. Okay, whoever this is, if you want to be a tiebreaker and go to one of the other two, but I might just eliminate this one now. Okay, all right. Okay, anybody want to change their votes? Going once, going twice. Sold to the highest heat map bidder, this card. So we're not going to use this one. This will be our selection. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to close my eyes, I'm going to turn my head, I'm going to flip this over, make sure that somebody in chat knows what this is. There it is. Okay, we'll give you a second. Hopefully somebody has it. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over. Okay, opening my eyes, turning my head back. Does somebody in chat have it? Don't tell me what it is, just tell me that you've got it. And also in the interim, I can eat all these heat maps. All right, we got a few people that got it. Okay, excellent. Thank you kindly, Nefertiti's Pimp and Format 3 Error, or Format Error. Also, if you have been sitting around for a while and if you're not hydrated, feel free to hydrate. I'm drinking some black tea. I usually drink black tea, so that's not unusual. All right, so okay, good. So I'm going to go ahead and have this card get lost in the middle of the deck, like this. Some people think that magicians will keep track of that. I'm not keeping track of it because we have a magical way to figure out what it is. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and introduce the true magical talent of the stream. It's not me. Anytime I mess up a trick, we bring out the real magical talent of the stream. And that is our friend, the deck sock. The deck sock has all of the magic, and every time I mess up a trick, the deck sock saves me. So here we are. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to have the deck sock go ahead and slightly caress the back of the deck. All right, deck sock, what do I do? Now I spread the deck. Okay. Nothing up my sleeves. I mean, yeah, my sleeves are pretty high up here, so it's... All right, here we go. Sounds rude. There we go. Here we go. You'll see that one card is very conspicuous compared to the rest. It's this one. So, deck sock caress. Yes, that's right. Yeah, so the emotes, if you've got it, it's deck sock right there. All right. For the first time, what was the card that was selected? Somebody go ahead and put it in chat. 4 of diamonds. So would it be a little bit strange if this was the 4 of diamonds? I know, that's super strange. It was 4 of diamonds. Thank you kindly, Format Error, Nefertiti, and BRM. So yeah, 4 of diamonds. Excellent. Thank you for telling me. All right, so that's okay. We can do the trick again. And Samba Padi also says 4 of diamonds. Okay. We're going to need another card selected. This one can be a little bit less formal. So why don't we just go ahead and have, once again, if you're on desktop, go ahead and click directly on the screen and just hit one of these cards. Okay, we'll just use the first one, that one. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and... It doesn't matter that I see this card, so we're just going to go ahead and just use the card that we stopped at, okay? Okay. Jack of Hearts. Jack of Hearts. Somebody remember Jack of Hearts. even though we all saw it. But now the deck sock is once again going to do its work. Here we go. The Jack of Hearts. Oh, sorry. It had to caress. Hold on. And yes, it's caressing very nicely. I don't know why I got an accent just now. The deck sock just brings it out of me. Here we go. Oh, let me eat all these heat maps really quick. Delicious. Okay. Now if I spread the deck one more time, we should be able to see the Jack of Hearts turn red. Hey, deck sock, I don't see anything. Is this did you not caress it well enough? Do you have to caress it properly? Here. One more time. Oh man, this is super embarrassing. Deck sock, why are you embarrassing me in front of all my new friends? Alright. That's okay. Oh. Hold on, what was the card? Card was the Jack of Hearts. So there's no red backed cards here, but actually there is one red backed card here, and it's that one. And it's kind of weird because the deck sock is now touching that one. So hold on. There we go. There it is. At BRM says the red card is now the Jack. Yes, you are correct. You win my share of the internet for the day. Full disclosure, I don't own any shares of the internet. Just full disclosure. And that, my friends, is the Chicago Opener, also known as Red Hot Mama. I don't know the history of that. I just know that it's known as those. So there we go. Thank you kindly for the claps, BRM, Chan the Magic Man. Thank you kindly for the well done, Samba Potty. Thank you kindly for the claps, Nefertiti. That's a very religious sock, says Barney of the Rubble. welcome back, Barney of the Rubble. How's it going? BRM, thank you so much for the lurk. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the lurk, Cashmere Feline. Yeah, I fully intended that people might have been busy, and FYI, if anybody didn't know, and you're into video games, Awesome Games Done Quick is going on literally right now. Started today, and is going for the entire week. And so I was like, well, I wouldn't feel bad if people wanted to watch that, because I would want to watch that. So, Chan, thank you so much for the lurk. Greatly appreciate it. I was way off, lol. All right. So let's see. We have a request for Barney of the Rubble. Let me. Should I use the? Should I use the special cards for this? I should use the special cards for this, right? Okay. Okay. All right. Barney of the Rubble, thank you so much for the request. All right, so we have 3 cards. Now, this is a different variation that people may be used to for 3-card Monty. This is one where we usually hold them in our hands. So, can you do it with a blank deck? I mean, I could, but let's see. Samapati says, I am supposed to be walking the dogs, but you have got me fascinated. Well, thank you so much. Once again, thank you so much for hanging out after the raid. Greatly appreciate it. If you guys enjoy, there's plenty of this. If you need to go walk the dogs, I understand that walking the dogs is very important, so feel free to do that. I have all my VODs up on Twitch for as long as Twitch will retain them. And then I also have a YouTube, so if you ever want to see more magic from me and I'm not here, I basically put all of my VODs on my YouTube channel, and I have a new trick get published every week. So check that out if you end up wanting to see more of me. Anyway, okay, so we have 3 cards. These are not normal looking cards. These cards have something different on them. So you're trying to find the money card. The money card is the one that looks different in this case. So if I show you, we have a blue diamond, a second blue diamond, and then of course the money card, the red diamond. Now, you have to tell me where the red diamond is. Can you make the government disappear? Man, Nefertiti's pimp. I would love to do that, but the problem is I only do sleight of hand card magic, and so since the government are not cards, yeah, that makes life tougher. Samapati says, "I love YouTube. Thanks." Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, if you subscribe to me on YouTube, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Or if you follow me here, thank you. All right, here we go. So look, if I go ahead and I grab the money card, the red diamond, and place it on the bottom, where would you say the red diamond is? I think a lot of people would say on the bottom, but actually it is on there's a blue diamond on the bottom. Now, some people would say, oh, well, wait, if there's a blue diamond on the bottom, then you probably never removed it from the top. And if that's the case, I can show you the top card, and that's actually a blue diamond as well. And so, wait, if there's a blue diamond on the bottom and the top, the red diamond must be in the middle. And to that, I would say, no, because in the middle, there's actually also a blue diamond. I know, that's super weird, right? That should not happen. Now, somebody's like, whoa. You are probably using... you are not using any red diamonds. I only saw 3 blue diamonds. And to that, I would say, no, you're wrong, because there's a red diamond right here on the bottom. It's like, whoa, wait. If there's a red diamond on the bottom, then wait, there's no possible way that there would be there would be no possible way that the red diamond's on the top. There must be a blue diamond on top. And to that, I would say, no. Here on the top, we also have a red diamond. And so wait, if there's a red diamond on the bottom and the top, then there must be a blue diamond in the middle, even though, no, in the middle, there's actually also a red diamond. And now at this point, everybody's baffled. They're like, whoa, you must be using more than 3 cards. And to that, I would say, no, 1, 2, 3. I'm only using 3 cards. Samapati says, the first one. No, wait, in the middle. Wait. Wow. Hold on. So let's pretend there was some money bet, and here's your chance to win all of your money back, double or nothing. You just have to tell me what the third card is. So if I show you that I do really have 1 blue diamond, and I show you that I really have 1 red diamond, what card is this? 4. Double your money back. Barney of the Rubble. Do you and Chan the Magic Man go to the gym together? No. Chan the Magic Man and I know like some of the same people on Twitch that perform magic together, but we met on Twitch, so I don't really know Chan like in real life, really. So I can see the cards changing somehow. It's all in the fingers, says Sambapati. Nefertiti's Pimp says green spade. All right, Nefertiti's Pimp. We'll give you 50%, but 50% is still failing. So it is indeed green, but not a green diamond. It is the money you would owe me if we really bet money on this. And that, my friends, is Color Monty, a version of 3-card Monty. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. So for anybody who does not know, you could use a regular deck for this. You would just use cards like the Jokers and things. So, but this is the official Color Monty packet. So you would get 2 diamonds and a $sign. King Solomon says, "How? You're too good." Thank you so much for the compliments, King Solomon. I wouldn't say I'm any better or worse than anybody who performs magic, but is regularly practiced. That's probably... I was complaining a little bit earlier on stream how I was feeling a little bit rusty, but it's because I skipped a stream, so I was like, oh, okay. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I've been performing magic, I can say at this point, for 5 years, so it's not bad. I think I'm doing okay. I'm proud of my accomplishments at this point. For anybody who didn't know, I was actually at TwitchCon, and I had an interactive workshop. Like, I worked with Twitch to get an interactive workshop set up to talk about magic. So if you look on the schedule for TwitchCon Las Vegas 2023, you'll see you'll see the workshop on the schedule. So it went pretty well. I don't think it was like hugely attended. There was like, I don't know, I would say 30-ish people in and out. So, but anyway, the queue is empty. So if anybody would like to request anything, feel free. I normally go for about 2.5 hours. So how long am I? Where are we now? Let's see here. Oh, 2 hours. Okay, perfect. Do you think they'll ever do powerlifting at the Olympics? I have no idea. That is a great question. Oh, Magician's Choice. Thank you so much for the Magician's Choice. Um, you know what? I'll show you the other one that I normally show if you were to run into me in real life. So when I went to TwitchCon, I basically had a few decks of cards. And basically every new Twitch friend that I met, I was like, hey, can you sign a card? And then I would proceed to perform a trick with their card and then get a selfie with them. And so if you check out my Instagram and go back, you'll be able to see a lot of those pictures. Eat it, dads! Welcome in. Wait, I think I know this one. Eat it, dads. You are going to know this one because, yeah, I did this one for you. But eat it, dads, if you would like to see another trick, check out the trick list and feel free to request something. Or you can just type in !random and it'll randomly put a trick into the list. So, but anyway, King Solomon 360, thank you so much for the request for the Magician's Choice. So, all right, we have a deck. You can select any card. It doesn't really matter what it is. I could have you sign it. And by the way, if anybody would like to sign a card, we have a way to do that. I just like to have a way to thank people who end up supporting me. But there you go. FYI, if you sign a card, I do end up trying to use your card when you come back to the stream in the future when you request tricks and stuff. So anyway, all right. So this card is going to be our selection. So the selection, as I said, doesn't matter that I know what it is going to be the 8 of Spades. Okay, there has been a theme about the 8 of Spades earlier today. So 8 of Spades, there we go. All right. Now, would you believe that now, chat, you are magically connected to the 8 of Spades? I could not have planned this better. It's so random. But anyway, the 8 of Spades is now magically connected because King Solomon says, if you teleport a card to me, I will be blown away. Yeah, if I was able to do that, I mean, we were talking about quantum tunneling earlier today. And we do have a transporter sound effect in channel points, so if anybody wants to. But anyway, 8 of Spades. I'm going to go ahead and grab this and take it and place it into the middle of the deck like this. And we're just going to go ahead and push it in like so. Now, when I snap, we should be able to call it from the middle up to the top. Now, with that snap, would you believe? I think most people would say that they don't believe that that card has gone from the middle to the top. And I tell them, that's okay. I'm not a religion. I don't need believers. I just want to show you a card trick. So, here's the 8 of Spades. Now, this could have been signed, and those of you who saw me at TwitchCon actually would have seen this one before. So, but look, I'm going to go ahead and grab it again, place it into the middle of the deck, like so. And also, prior to snapping, I can show you that the top card is not that some other card. That's a Joker. But Jokers are a little sneaky because they can look like any card. They can look like the 8 of Spades. Because look, if I show you now, the 8 of Spades has jumped back up to the top. I know, that's super strange, right? That shouldn't happen. It's a little bit weird. Now, some people believe that there's a more practical explanation, like magicians might swap out the card. So if I leave this sticking out like this, you'll know that it's your card. And if you had signed it, you would know that it's still your card because I would end up showing them their own signature. But look, I'm going to go ahead and grab this and take it and place it into the middle of this packet. I'm going to grab this packet and place it into the middle of this packet. And before I snap, of course, we can show you that the top card is not your card. That's some other card. But all you have to do is snap. That card goes from the middle up to the top. I know, it's hard to believe. But look. There we have it. And that, my friends, is the ambitious card routine. So if you want to see that again, that is the name of the trick, and you can check it out. Candace, thank you so much for the lurk. King Solomon, thank you so much for the request, and thank you for the lol and the whoa. Chicago Burbs, thank you so much for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. In Jack's stream, Giselle calls the Eight of Spades the Infinity Arrow. Oh, I mean, that makes sense. Like, thank you so much for the claps. Checking the gaff meter, Samba Potty, Chan the Magic Man. I just don't know how this is possible. Oh, so this is probably a good time for me to tell everybody the disclaimer that I normally do this at the end of stream, but I'll tell you now. Everything that you see on this stream, I don't do any deals with the devil. It's not black magic. It's not sorcery. Everything that you see can be achieved with sleight of hand and like presentation. Like that's so. Everything here is sleight of hand magic. Samba Body says truly magic. I mean, if I really had magic powers and I did card tricks, that would totally dispel like any suspicion of me actually doing real magic, right? So like this would be the perfect cover. All right. So next we have a request. Thank you so much for the request, Charlie's Beats. Normally I will do this trick with the jacks, but I know that Charlie's Beats has signed the Ace of Spades, so I'll be performing this trick with the aces. Everything here is magic. I know this might be so years ago, but everything is awesome. Lego fans, if you liked the movie. Which, so believe it or not, the first Lego movie, I was super impressed that I was actually surprised at all of the other stuff that was like in and around the movie. So anyway. And now I have a 2-year-old, so I'm sure she will end up watching it in the next few years. And anyway. Oh no. Somebody moved it. I almost missed it. Somebody moved. Yeah, Lego movies. Lego movie. Haha, yes, that's right. Okay, cool. Whew, even my dogs are not moving. Okay, alright, so. Alright, what we have here are the 4 aces. Now, these 4 aces are the 4 burglars of this trick. So, let me go ahead and introduce you to them. We have the Ace of Diamonds, the Ace of Clubs, the Ace of Hearts, and the Ace of Spades. Now, the Ace of Spades is going to be the ringleader, in this case, Charlie's Beats, and on the top, we have the other aces. Now, we are going to go ahead and have the Ace of Spades tell all of the other aces how they're going to go ahead and rob the bank, which is going to be represented by the deck. So they all land on top of the bank, and then Charlie's Beats tells the aces, hey, alright, this first one, you're going to go down to the first floor and you're going to steal all of the money and all of the cash registers, because this bank somehow doesn't empty their cash registers at night. And then it's going to tell this one, go ahead and break into the safety deposit boxes here, like in the middle of the bank. And then this one is going to go ahead and bust into the vault. And so now all the aces are completely lost in the bank. And then Charlie's Beats is going to remain on top of the bank, acting as the lookout. So there he is. Now we're gonna see some sirens. Let me simulate that with like, here we go, with this fidget spinner. Wee 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 wee. Charlie sees some cops and it's like, whoa whoa whoa, and he tells everybody else, hey, we have to get out of here. And so Charlie says, hey, everybody get back on top of the roof. And they do all make it to the top of the roof. And they all get away in their helicopter. Actually, I could use this as the propeller too. And that, my friends, is the story of the 4 burglars and how they got away with robbing a bank. Thank you so much for the request, Charlie's Beats. Greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Charlie, let me know if next time you want to be in the bank doing some cool stuff. I had you be the lookout this time. I thought it would be safer. So, for anybody who didn't know, Charlie's a regular here. So it would be very unfortunate to not have him come back to a stream. So I didn't want him to get caught or get stuck in a vault or something. Thank you kindly for the claps. Samba Body, Nefertiti, Chan the Magic Man, Charlie's Beats. King Solomon said, so interesting. So interesting. Nefertiti's Pimp said, can you make all the money in my bank account reappear? So, as I said earlier, I do sleight of hand card magic, and so money is not really card magic. And actually, honestly, most of the time, money is now digital. So no, my apologies. It's funny because I say I'm a magician, and like one of the first things I often hear, it's like, "Can you make my girlfriend slash boyfriend or spouse disappear?" And it's like, no, 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 I only do card magic. Like it's so yeah. Darn, had to ask. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. My sympathies. I totally understand. I get it. Like so as I mentioned earlier, I do have a full-time paying job. So like I stream for fun. Like I love getting to hang out with people. But this also gives me this very unique avenue of like being able to perform magic. And like I don't have to have a paid gig. I don't have to go out to a bar. I don't have to like, right now I live in the Northeast, so it's like this winter storm, and it's like I don't have to go driving in a winter storm. It's like, and I get to like when I perform on stream, I'm performing for real people, so I get to keep my skills sharp, which is right now. I mean, besides the fun, is like the primary reason why I'm still doing it. Because yeah, I found that if I have this weekly check-in, it's like, oh, I have to remember a crap ton of tricks because otherwise. I have this thing here too where if I mess up a trick, it's not. I don't even have to like reveal the secrets of magic for me to mess up a trick, but it becomes a boss trick, and so it's like homework for me on a following stream to remember to practice it and nail it the next time. Um, but yeah, so let's see. Yeah, FYI, the queue is empty, so if anybody would like to request anything, but I can show you some interesting things really quick. So here we have a two of spades. Now, there's this kind of trick called a color change, where you change a card into something else. And so there's a lot of different styles, but like right now, if I just hold the card and I shake it like that, it becomes another card, the Eight of Diamonds. Now, some people believe that if I were to change it, I have to change it back. I actually could change it into something else. Like instead of the Two of Spades, it can become the Four of Clubs. And once again, if I wanted to change it again, I could change it, and it becomes a Four of Diamonds instead. So that is like a style of thing. Let's see. Oh, one time I messed up a trick and it backed up and got the card right, and this girl was blown away. Oh, wow. Oh, that's amazing. That's so cool. King Solomon, are you a magician, or have you just done some tricks, like some card tricks, just like, because like I knew how to do like two card tricks when I was in elementary school, and I could do them, and it fooled some people, but like I didn't really seriously get into magic probably until 5 years ago, 2019. Here's the funniest part, right? So if you go look at my YouTube, you'll see so many videos like going in the past like 3 years for doing magic. It's because when I first started learning magic, it was 2019, and then when I was like, I'm ready to go out to perform for real people, then the pandemic happened, and I was like, there's no one to go out to do magic for. So I was like, so I had to like release all my creative energy and like practice with people. So I started publishing YouTube videos and doing all the tricks. So King Solomon says, I'm not a magician, I've just done future card tricks before. Okay, gotcha. Awesome. Yep. So that's where I was before 2019, not having done anything, not having learned anything. And it was kind of interesting because so I was cooped up in the house with my wife, and so my wife would have been the only person that I could show magic to. She hates magic, so I had to, yeah, so yeah, that's a bummer. I know, right? Like, So I was like, all right, if I don't record these tricks and show them to the world on the internet, then there's no way I can show them. So, and it turned out, I think it probably turned out to be a good thing, because if she didn't hate magic, like if she enjoyed watching me doing it, I probably wouldn't have like reached out and done, the YouTube thing for a couple years, and then I was like, then I started doing it on Twitch, because I started hanging out on Twitch like in 2022, and then I started hanging out with mostly a lot of like music streamers, and because of a bunch of people in music streams, I was like inspired, and I'm like, hey, has anybody ever used a streamer song list for anything besides music? And the mods that I asked didn't know, and they were like, no, you haven't seen it. I'm like, yes. So I want to say I probably might have been one of the first people to use the streamer song list for not music, but I mean, people might have used it for it before. It just seems so improbable, but anyway, yeah. So that's I don't know. Is that origin story? Isn't kind of, not really, not the full origin story, I guess, but a little bit into the blast from the past. All right, let's see what else can we show you guys. You know what? Let's do a classic of magic. Let's do. Oh. Chain the Magic Man says, love using the streamer song list. Yes. Full disclosure, I believe Chain the Magic Man was inspired to use streamer song list for his stream as well, so you can also go to his stream and request tricks. Samba Potty, thank you for the request, has requested a trick called Aria. So let's go ahead and get ready for that. Okay. Here we are, Magic View, and we have the 4 aces and the rest of the deck. Okay, so first things first, we have the 4 aces. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn them face down, and we'll make a little diamond right here. It's not a perfect diamond, that's okay. On top of each ace, I'm going to place 3 cards. Like this, like that, like this, and like that. Okay. So, oh, I need this. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place the ace amongst the 3 indifferent cards, and I'm going to stuff that into the deck. So this first ace we're going to place somewhere kind of towards the bottom, like this. And now this second ace, we're going to place that into these cards, and we're going to place that kind of close to the middle-ish. There, like so. And then this third one, we're going to place it amongst these cards, and we're going to place it into closer to the top, but not too close to the top. Like that. And then this last one, we are going to do something just interesting, because if I just go ahead and I just grab this packet and I shake 1, 2, 3, actually all of the aces jump back up to the top of the deck, and they are all here, and you'll know that some of them are the same because they're all signed, but they could all be signed because I've done this with all the aces being signed before. And that, my friends, is Aria. Thank you kindly for the applause, Chan the Magic Man. Thank you kindly for the claps, Nefertiti's Pimp, and Samba Potty. And thank you for the no way, Samba Potty. I don't know how deep a voice you have, but I have a deep voice, so no way is the thing that comes out when I read that. Brilliant! I used to have a channel point redeem where it's like, read something in an epic voice, and then people just figure it out. If you just type something in chat after the trick is done, I tend to just read that. So, all right, it's free. Just Okay. I'm a girl. I mean, I don't want to make a mocking voice, but if we're gonna do this for the lulz anyway. No way! Alright. I mean, no offense. I'm just trying to be funny. And if that was not funny, you let me know, and I'll stop that right now with a loud voice. Okay, all right. King Solomon 360 is lol. Samba Bodies is lol. All right. I'm laughing. You're welcome for the lulls. I mean, look, if you're not entertained by the magic here, hopefully you will have a good time. That's what I hope. I mean, at the end of the day, like if my magic sucked, like if you're a magician and your magic sucks, you can still get hired because oftentimes magicians are just hired as entertainers. So just as long as all the guests had a good time, or you know the show, everybody had fun. You know that's really what it matters, right? Like you're as a magician, you're not paid for how many people you fool. Like if that was the case, I mean, people being magicians would be a lot different. But if you are a magician, then if you entertain people, you're still gonna get your paycheck, really. This is coming from me, who is FYI never had a paid gig ever in my entire life, so I've never done magic for money, really. So it's just the most I've done magic for money is basically doing this, and if people decide to support with like subs and bits and stuff, that is the extent of the money I've received for doing magic. This is all new to me. It's great, awesome. Yeah, if you take a look at my trick list, I have about 70 tricks, and then occasionally I will also do random tricks or new tricks or just reskin old tricks in new ways. So I feel like people who have been here for a very long time probably have seen all of the tricks, but hopefully it's new and fresh enough that it's still entertaining and different. So. Alright, once again, the queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. Here's how. I also like to remind people, if you were here for like the last half an hour or so, I like to remind people to hydrate. So instead of having people remind me to hydrate, I remind you to hydrate. And then also, if you haven't stretched for today, definitely stretch. So. And then also something that's very popular here sometimes is dad jokes. So I have a dad joke redeem if you want to hear a very horrible dad joke. Except when I had my 69th magic stream, we did dirty jokes. Every dad joke redeem was a dirty joke redeem. So just for that particular. Can I choose the Rubik's Cube as it's already done? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Actually, if it doesn't work, we can add it in. You want to see me do a cube? Okay. Okay. Alright, so I'll throw the cube in there, and then... So here's the cube. Oh, and then we have a dad joke redeem. Alright, Chan. Dad joke... Oh, actually, oh no, do we want to do Christmas seasonal, or do we want to abandon that? Okay. Alright, let's not worry about the seasonal Christmas ones. Okay, bad dad joke. Here we go. Alright. What do ducks call their shared water home? What do ducks call their shared water home? A pondominium. Yep. And then, if anybody is a parent, why did the baby cross the road? Because it just started crawling. There you go. And then for future reference, if anybody doesn't know, we got that too. Alright. Let's see. King Solomon says, I know how to solve Rubik's Cube. Excellent, King Solomon. My cube never looks like that. Yeah, so I have an original Rubik's Cube over here, and it is horrible because if you take a look at the original cube, all of the corners are extremely square, and it's very difficult to just, even if one is like just slightly off, it will not turn very well. Like it gets stuck. And then like this one, it might be cheaper than a real Rubik's Cube, but it turns way better because if you take a look, the corners are slightly rounded, and that gives it enough. Yeah. So, let's see. King Solomon. If you are interested in seeing like a cube solves, give Chan the Magic Man a follow because Chan will follow. Sorry, Chan can solve a 3x3, 4x4, 5x5. I think. Do you have up to a 7x7 on? I know you also have a 2x2, but then also if you're familiar with other things like the Mega Minx, Chan can solve that too, and I've seen Chan solve that on stream. So I have one like that. The cheap cube is awful. Yeah. Oh my god. Yep. Yeah. There you go. Oh, and Charlie's Beats got the face palm for the dad jokes. All right, I followed already. Haha, awesome. All right, cool. So here we are. Earlier I did do a solve, but I did it. So I have this other cube, the mini cube. So I did it with the mini cube earlier. It is kind of a pain because it just I don't remember the muscle memory. The muscle memory is on this one for this big. So, but I don't really know how to do anything fancy with it. I just know the beginner's method. So I'm just going to go ahead and attempt to solve it using the beginner's method. For those of you who don't know about the beginner's method, the first thing you should do is solve the top layer. So it's not just getting all of these colors to match up, but it's also getting these colors to match up on the centers of that side as well. Because if you didn't know, the center in relation to all the other ones does not rotate in comparison to those. All right, where is red and green over here? Okay, so oh, I totally just messed this up. I'm bad. Sorry, guys. Might just take me an extra few seconds there. Okay. This goes there, this goes here. Okay, so now I've solved the top layer because now all of these edges match their center. Okay, now for the second layer. And some people did tell me they were like, so I've been rated by like someone and they said they were speed cubers. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be terrible. But they were like, oh, it's like they said that I was doing a beginner's method that was slightly more advanced than beginner's method, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, to me, it's all still like I thought it was the basic beginner's method. So. Okay, so now I have the second layer completed, so that means I have this and then all the ones in the middle matching as well. So now the third layer and the bottom layer, or the bottom if you're holding it this way, I guess it's the top over here. But this is basically memorizing a bunch of algorithms to do a thing. And so I wait until I try and get the symbol that I see, and then I do a particular algorithm to try and get the fish. So I'll show you what the fish is in a second once I get there. Okay, so this is the fish design. So it's basically this. And so when I get here, I might have to do this algorithm up to 3 times. Oh, no, wait. Oh, I just messed that up. Hold on. Okay. Yep, I have to... Man, my track record for doing... Okay, my track record for doing solves tonight is pretty bad. So, okay, I'm going to have to rotate corners twice. Okay, so these 2 corners in the right place, so now I have to rotate these 2 corners. And then I don't have to do any sort of rotation for the centers because that's solved now. Okay. All right, and that was a solve. All right, so I got lucky at a couple places, and then yeah. King Solomon says, I know the beginner's method too. All right, awesome. So yeah, there you know exactly where we're at. Samba Body says, slow down, lol. Sorry, was I going too fast? I don't know. I felt like that was slow. I'm not the fastest cuber. Like you'll see people solve that in like less than 10 seconds, and it's like, what? That's insane to me. Like I know Chan's good at them, but Chan, you can't solve a cube in less than 10 seconds, right? Like you're not a speed cuber. Like that's I got a better idea now. Ah, the corners across from each other. Yeah. I hate it when I have to swap corners twice. All right, thank you so much for the request. I think. Hold on, who did I put that in for? Is that for you, Samba Potty? Okay. I'm not a pro. I mean, how many people are pros? Like, there's not that many, right? I know the world of cubing is big, but okay. All right, let's see. It's almost one. All right, I'm gonna do a last call. All right, if anybody would like to see any more magic or anything, feel free to request. It's all in the corners. Yep. Feel free to request. Oh, actually, I'm gonna put one in. I'd meant to put this one earlier, and then we talking about cubes and things. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's have a card selected. It doesn't matter what card it is. If you are on desktop, feel free to click directly on the screen, and that'll put a heat map on. Unless I guess you are this heat map, in which case it'll just move this one. But that's we'll have a card selected. I can stay for last when his dogs are quiet. All right. Well, if you would like to select a card for Triumph, go ahead and. Okay, I see one heat map here. Wait, right here, this one. Okay. And then I see this one, which is ambiguously on one of these two. I think it was this one, but. Okay. Well, once again, it doesn't matter that I know what it is, but let's consolidate votes to these. All right. Feel free to pick. All right. If not, I think I saw this one first. This was the first. Okay. All right, there's a vote on that one. Okay. We'll use this one. All right. So the card in question is, and we'll have everybody remember this. I'll even see it, so it's okay. 7 of clubs. All right. And you'll see that none of the other cards are the 7 of clubs. You could take a screenshot and look, but just trust me, there's no 7 of clubs. You can sign it. That's fine. So we're going to go ahead and place these 7 of clubs here into the middle of the deck. You'll see it's kind of like sticking out of the middle. We're going to go ahead and push that in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and shuffle this. So what we're going to do now is do something completely horrendous. If you have OCD, you should turn away. We're going to be shuffling in face up into face down cards. I know, it is completely unfathomable. It pains me more than it's going to pain you. Once again, just to verify. You see face up, face down? Yeah, okay. There we go. I'm going to push those together. So now you're going to see some interesting things. You'll see some face up cards. You'll see some face down cards. And here, just to show you how ridiculous it is. So we've got a front to a back. We've got a back to a front. We've got a back to a back. Yeah, so it is a complete mess. But all we need is our handy dandy deck sock to actually fix all of my mistakes. Deck sock, could you please help me out with this? Sure, says the deck sock, as the deck sock softly caresses the deck. But actually, the magic has been done. The caressing is all the magic that a deck needs from a deck sock. Because if I show you now, all of the cards are fixed. Every single card is now facing in the same direction. except for one. We'll leave that on camera. What was our card? It was the 7 of clubs. And that, my friend, that was a triumph. Bonus points if you understand that reference. Delicious. Alright, Chan the Magic Man's got the deck sock emotes. There we go. Alright. Welcome in, Victor Soar. How's it going? You heard about the magical tractor? I don't know if I've heard about the magical tractor. Thank you kindly for the claps and the emotes. Samba Potty, Chan the Magic Man, Gibson Lens. That was amazing. Thank you so much, Samba Potty. Alright. So, I'm going to go ahead and close the queue. We have one trick left requested by Charlie's Beats, and then I usually perform a finale. And then if I mess up the finale, that will not be my finale. That'll be we'll make another finale. But I usually like to end on a trick that I at least perform well, or at least to my satisfaction. So Victor Source says, it was driving down the road and suddenly turned into a field. Okay. Awesome. All right. Charlie's Beats, are you in chat right now? Because we can have you interact for this trick. And I don't want to get into your mind, but as you've seen this trick before, I don't want you to think that I'm manipulating you. The manipulation may or may not have started already. All right, well, sorry. Yeah, no worries, Victor. Sorry. Dad joke's fine. Thank you, love that, says Samapati. All right. Charlie's Beats. Excellent. Charlie, you are here. Great. So, what we are going to do is we are going to read your mind. I mean, not get into your mind. We're just going to be on the same wavelength. Brain wavelength. That's what this trick is all about. So, what I have here is 8 cards. Charlie, I would like you to pick one of these cards. It doesn't matter which one. But remember, if I can predict you, you may want to choose your second or third or even fourth choice and not your first one. So, let me know which one you choose. And I will then show you that I will know which one you would have selected the whole time. King Solomon 360 says, sometimes I do the beginner's method on a different side when starting to solve the cube. Yeah, I'm just kind of... I know I should do it with different colors, but it's messed me up, so I'm just like, alright, I'm just going to... Especially on stream, I'll just use white. But, you know, I could start doing it with a different color on the top. So, Charlie's Beast has chosen the 2 of spades. Alright. Alright, Charlie. Would you like to change your mind? This is your chance to change your mind. Or if you would like to stick with the 2 of spades, you let me know. I don't want you to go to bed tonight being like, I wish I had changed my mind. Or is this 2 of spades it? Stick with it. Okay, we're going to stick with the 2 of spades. Alright, excellent. So, here's the thing. We're going to go ahead and leave the 2 of spades over here. Now, you're going to see that all of these cards over here, they all have red backs. All of them have red backs except for the 2 of spades. And that, my friends, is the 8-card brainwave. Thank you so much for that request. Charlie's Beats. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And if you were the person selecting the card, maybe I could have been on the same brain wavelength as you. But today, I was on Charlie's Beats brain wavelength. Welcome in, Axeman 1984. Thank you kindly for coming in, saying hi. Thank you kindly for the claps. Axeman, Chan the Magic Man, Charlie's Beats, Gibson Lens. Alright. I think for my finale, I'm going to perform Dazed. This is one of my favorite tricks to close with. I love performing it. I love the effect that it, the illusionary effect that it garners. So I think we'll do that for our finale. Alright, but before we get into the trick, this is the time in which I say thank you so much, everybody, for coming in, staying here. If you came in from the raid, thank you so much to Risky Biscuit Band for the raid. And thank you so much to everybody who has interacted with the stream, whether you chatted in chat, requested a trick, clicked on the heat map, chose a card, any of those things. If it wasn't for you, this wouldn't be as much fun. Thank you. Really fun time. Excellent. Yes, thank you, Chicago Burbs. And all red. Yeah, I will catch up with you on YouTube. Time to walk the dog. Yes, please walk the dog. Definitely take care of the dogs. So, Victor Source says, the deck was supposed to be all red, but on 2 of spades, the printing factory blew it. I mean, clearly, that was the reason, Victor Soar, clearly. Thank you for the clap. Samba Potty and Nefertiti Pimp. Thank you so much to everybody who was lurking out there, because if I was just hanging out at home just fiddling with cards, there's no magic happening. I know how the tricks are done. The magic happens in your mind. Thank you so much to the mod. So thank you so much, Gibson Lens, for hanging out and helping out today. If you guys are not following our mod, Gibson Lens, please give Gibson Lens a follow. Gibson Lens plays piano. He plays VGM, he plays popular music, he plays what we'll call esoteric music, sight reads from a bunch of songbooks. But the part that I like is that Gibson Lens has composed a lot of his own originals on his song list. There's 30 plus, so definitely check Gibson Lens out. Yeah, for those of you who are just coming in here for the first time tonight, thanks for hopping on in. Happy New Year. I said that to people who are last week, but this is pretty close to the beginning of the year still. So, and then let's see. Once again, if you missed the tidbit, if you want to see more magic and I'm not around, we do have my YouTube. If you want to check out a bunch of my videos. If you want more magic on Twitch, there's a few other magic streamers. There aren't that many. We would like to have more, but check out any of these other. Thanks for pulling up Magic Twitch. You got it. You read my mind, Chan the Magic Man. Man, Chan the Magic Man doing some mentalism onto me. All right. So after we do the finale trick, if I don't mess it up, then we're going to find somebody else to raid. Normally, I'll raid like a Twitch Twitch music friend, because as I said, there are not that many magicians. Seeker of Weird, welcome in. How's it going? Victor Soar says, oh, sweet, I sometimes compose. Oh, Victor Soar, awesome. That is cool. Yeah, definitely check Gibson Lens out. FYI, if you are a musician, all of Gibson Lens's original on his song list sheet music is available on MuseScore, and the most popular one is called Expanse. There have been at least 34 Twitch music friends that have covered Expanse. So if you're looking for new music to play, cover that and let us know. We would love to increase the Expanse Club. All right. Secret Weird says, I'm in Serbia. I keep missing streams due to time zone. I totally understand, Seeker of Weird. I totally get it. But I hope you are enjoying yourself on your travels. And definitely take care of yourself. Hopefully the weather is not as weird over there as it is in some places over here in the United States. So, all right. Okay. And with that, let's do our finale trick. I have this packet of cards. It's a strange packet of cards. We have a 6 of diamonds. We have a Queen of clubs. and then I have a packet of 4 cards, and they don't look weird to you on this side. But if I was to turn them over, it'll look weird immediately because they are double backed. So they have backs on both sides. Actually, all of them except for this weird card. This weird card is blank on this side. So this might be what the cards look like prior to being printed with a front. So these double backed cards have this strange property though. If I were to hold this packet over this 6 of diamonds, for example, this whole packet actually turns into all 6 of diamonds. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know, that's super strange, right? Super weird. Now, if I were to take this packet and hover it over the Queen of Clubs, like this, something strange is going to happen because some people say, oh, that Queen of Clubs, it jumps up to the top. How magicians will perform this, sometimes that's happened. But we know what happened. We know that the packet, all of the cards have turned into the Queen of Clubs. 1, 2, 3, 4 Queens of Clubs. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? That's okay. That's okay. Here's the weirdest part. We have a blank card right here. And even you'll see until the last minute, look, these are all still the queens. But look, if I go ahead and I place the blank card on the queens and turn it over, that's actually going to turn all of the queens into blanks. I know, that's really hard to believe, but look. 1, 2, 3, 4 blanks. And now at this point, some people are like, whoa, whoa, whoa. They're very suspicious of things. So they're like, well, I just want to see the backs of the cards. And to that I would say, yeah, sure, I'll show you the backs. 1, 2, 3, 4 backs. And that, my friends, I will call a successful performance of Dazed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. All right. Thank you kindly for the applause, Chicago Burbs, and thank you kindly for the claps and emotes. Jan the Magic Man, King Solomon, Victor Soar. Thank you kindly for the follow, Axeman. Seeker of Weird, Jan the Magic Man, Gibson Lens, Seeker of Weird. Is this going to become a rap? Seeker of Weird, Gibson Lens, Victor Soar, Jan the Magic Man, King Solomon, Eat It Dads, Charlie's Beats. Eat It Dads, very nice. Thank you. Clap, clap, clap. Thank you so much. Eat It Dads. Hopefully you've seen some more magic tonight that you did not see in person from me. Hopefully you enjoyed. By the way, nice meeting you, Eat It Dads, at TwitchCon. FYI, if anybody is into cooking streams, go check out Eat It Dads. Eat It Dads cooks weekly, so for sure. Glad I got to catch a Sunday stream. Yeah, I would love to stream more, but my schedule just doesn't really. I don't really have time for it. So between like work and like 2-year-old, and I still do YouTube videos, and then other life obligations. So it's like, all right, I'll just try and stick with like Sunday. I don't want to like burn myself out on like 2 streams a week. So I'm just like, all right, I'll just stick with having 1 stream a week. I can handle that. That's fine. Like, so Victor Store also follows, and Chan also follows. Awesome. Yeah. Well, there you go. Eat It Dads. Awesome. Yeah, I hung out at Eat It Dads in like 2 or 3 streams, and it was a fun time. So I also love cooking. All right, cool. So it is that time of night, and let's go find somebody to raid. So where are we going tonight? I don't know. But I don't like to search for somebody to raid like before, because then there's been often times where people are like, oh, we're going to raid out. And then it's like, that person's not streaming anymore. It's like, ah. Oh. So, yeah. Hashtag, streamer problems. Let's see here. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and see. All right, I've got a few of the usual suspects that I like to raid. Who have I not raided, I guess, most frequently? For anybody who doesn't know, I have a spreadsheet. I have a stream spreadsheet, so I can see exactly when I raided such and such. And such and such. Yeah, let's see here. Okay, the last time I rated out to boom, boom, boom. All right, it's been a bit since. Okay, all right. I know who we're gonna raid. And if you guys like musicians, stream spreadsheet, OMG, Seeker of Weird. Come back another time. I can tell you about my spreadsheets. I have many spreadsheets. All right, so for those of you who have never heard of the keyboard grinder, we're going to be raiding into the keyboard grinder. So, musician plays keyboards, piano, also plays jazz. He'll sometimes stream song requests. Other times he'll stream live gigs that he has. So, but otherwise, it's a good time. I definitely enjoy. He's on the West Coast, so sometimes it is tough. I am on the East Coast of the United States, and he's on the West Coast of Canada. So, let me start the raid, the keyboard grinder. If you guys get left behind, there's this. If you would like to copy a raid call, there's a raid, and here's a sub raid. If you're subbed, feel free to copy. And actually, I should probably open up the stream to make sure that I can get over there and okay. Oh, sorry if you guys heard that. That was an ad. Oh my god. Why ad? Why? Is it selfish of me to hold on to the raid until after the ad is over? Or is that like strategically the best thing to do? Alright, anyway, thank you so much for everybody coming to hang out. Thank you for being here, for watching, for requesting. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you were entertained. And I hope to see you all again. And take care. Remember to hydrate. Remember to stretch. Everybody have a glorious day. And we'll see you next time. Bye.